Arthur, Micaela, thank you very much for giving our platform, filmfestivals.com, some of your valuable time to learn more about your upcoming film, Remy and Arletta. To start off, could you both give our viewers a brief introduction of yourselves, what you do, how you met, and what other movies you have worked on together previously?
Okay.
So I'm Micaela. I am primarily an actress, but I actually started writing and producing when I just saw that I needed to find a way to have control over the projects that I was doing and to find a way to have control over the roles that I was accepting. And yeah, me and Arthur started working together, I think in 2019. We had a couple screenplays that we were trying to push through. We were trying to get funding, and I think we just kind of saw how that traditional route is really difficult, and you could be grinding away at it for a while and just not seeing the results. So we came up with this character called Claire, and we made a mockumentary together for a very, very minimal budget. And it was just such a great experience, and we had full control, and we got to be creative, and we got to make a really cool movie. And yeah, now we have other stuff in the works. Here you go.
Yeah, I mean, we went from, so clairvoyant, Micaela did this incredible character out of nowhere. So we went and just did it. It started for fun. It just felt like we needed to capture the character more than make a film. We really, weirdly, we weren't doing it for profit in a way. Like we were, obviously, you make a movie, but it really was just because we wanted to actually express ourselves. Then, after that, it turned out really well, and Micaela then came and said, I want to make another. And this time, it's not going to be a mockumentary. And then I was like, okay, sure, well, we just wrapped editing on that last one, so I'll see you in a year. And then 2 weeks later, she brought me the script for the next one. And then she was like, I'm making this with or without you. So you can hop on, or I'm going to Craigslist and I'm finding somebody.
I really couldn't have done it without him, though. I did say that slightly as a threat, but I knew he would join. So
yeah, it worked though. And then we made Remy Arletta in 12 days, and it turned out good.
Yeah.
But it started where Micaela was like, all right, I promise, if the production goes wrong, if things don't fall into place, I promise we'll quit. We'll just stop. We'll leave it alone. And nothing went wrong. Things went wrong on set, but by that point, we were already up to our necks. It was too late. So no, and then those things didn't really go wrong. They all turned out right in the end. They all ended up being a good thing. So yeah,
So speaking precisely about Remy and Arletta, your new film, it's from my understanding, it's a love story about two girls during their teenage years. But could you give us more detail of the storyline of your film and what message you are hoping to convey through this story?
Well, it's based on a true story, and I think it's a really relatable story about friendship. I guess I don't want to give too much away, but it's not necessarily a romance. I wouldn't describe it singularly as that, but it really is just about when you have a deep connection with someone, and when you really love them, and when you want to be everything for that person, but it just is too complicated. So yeah, and I feel like a lot of people have that best friend where they're like, why can't we just be together? We should just be, I know everything about you, and you're my best friend. And yeah, so I think it's a pretty relatable story.
Yeah, and then the girls are dodging family drama, the girls are dodging boy drama, high school drama, and all these outside pressures. One of the characters, Remy, has a really rough upbringing, a really, really tough mother figure, and they're down and out when the story takes place. They're living in a motel right now, transient kind of situation. And so, all those factors really push the two characters into this sort of kiln, kind of cauldron, hot situation between each other where, it's kind of explosive, and it's the last year of high school, so their relationship is going to forcefully come to a close if they don't do something soon, so all of that kind of bubbles up,
Okay. And then, now having worked in two movies together, we imagine that you have established a very positive work dynamic together. But how would you complement each other? How do you complement each other's strengths?
I guess we don't.
Opposites attract, right?
No, I think we're actually really similar. I don't think we do complement each other's strengths. I think that we're both just very focused, and we're both like go, 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 talk to everyone, looking at every corner of the room, try to find any way to get it made, email everyone. We're just very, very driven, and making movies is very important to us, and we both feel like it is our only, like, our purpose in life. And so because of that, we just work really well together. I think, and just in terms of the writing process, we really complement each other. I think Arthur is much better at big picture, and I think that I'm good at dialogue, and we just kind of fill in the blanks for each other.
Yeah, no, Micaela makes the movie feel. Whereas if I'm writing it, it feels like I'm like a writer is approaching it thematically, Then suddenly Micaela comes in and it becomes a real scenario. People are talking to each other. Things are happening for real, and she approaches it with such belief in the concept about anything. Like I was having trouble on this wild like horror movie concept, and it just felt fake to me. And then Micaela just showed up and just almost like childlike wonder, completely believed in the scenario, and then just played it out in her head and just started like bringing up stuff that I never thought of. And she'd be like, well, in that room there'd be this, and I didn't think about the fact that every like bathroom has that. But she's just like thinking, yeah, it's a bathroom, these people are coming to kill them, that kind of. And so that helps. It's nice to have two of me. That's how it feels with Micaela.
Well, so you talked about how in your last movie you had some difficulties finding the funding, right, or budgeting in terms of that. What have been in making this newer film, what have been like the biggest challenges in putting the film together?
Well, we kind of did the same thing again on this one. We saw that Clairvoyant worked, and then Micaela understood that we could, if it worked at a small level like Clairvoyant, $3,000 budget, then she could extrapolate that and make it work at a larger budget. We just did it again. We didn't raise money for this one either because it was the tail end of the pandemic. No one was working, and we didn't want to wait. The energy just kind of took over. And so we just went with it, opened up a credit card, ran it up, got into debt, and, knowing that it would pay off. And it did pay off because now people are like, now we're beating them back with a stick because they all want to invest in the films. So if you make a good film, turns out, if you prove that you can do it.
But there's still a risk to it as well, right?
Well, not for us anymore.
Yeah.
For them.
Well, they hear the price points that we've made films at, and they're like, whoa, can you do that with us, please? And we're like, well, next time we should probably pay people. Yeah. And next time I should probably not, do everything, like learn how to edit for it. And
she's a really good editor. I mean, well, obviously.
It was just out of necessity, you know? You just have to be scrappy and make it work.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my next question is personal to Micaela. I'm just personally really interested. I've read that you have a very versatile skill set within the film industry, that you have experience both as an actress, writing, producing, and directing. What is your favorite aspect in each of the positions?
Well, ultimately, at the end of the day, acting is the only thing I care about, and if I had to, if the devil came up to me and made me do one forever and I had to never do the others again, it would just be acting. But I've come to enjoy all parts of it because they, I don't know, they're just all so different. And I really enjoy the writing process because when you're in the writing stage, there are no limitations. Everything that exists in your mind, it exists to completion. You don't have to worry about how you're going to do it or what the logistics are. You can just make up the story and really live it out to the fullest. So I love writing for that. I don't care for producing because it's just a lot of talking to people and a lot of logistics, which I don't care for as much. But yeah, and then acting obviously is the thing that I really care about, and everything else I just learned to do so that I could facilitate my acting.
Okay, and then finally wrapping up. So this is your first Cannes Film Festival, and so what does it mean being present in Cannes for the first time in one of the most prestigious film festivals? What does it mean on the personal level? And also, what are you hoping to get away from your time here in Cannes?
I think we've already gotten it in a lot of ways. I mean, I think I think the day-to-day slog of being alive in Los Angeles is just, it's unfun. And just coming here, I mean, I personally don't like Los Angeles. And honestly, this is like, it's a great work vacation. We're just meeting so many people. We have something to do every hour of every day. It's been incredible. I think we have a lot of opportunities that have come out of it. What do you think?
I mean, it's the Olympics. It's the World Championship. It's the wildest film thing you can imagine, you know? And it keeps going. I mean, I feel like I've lived 3 lifetimes, and I realize I've only been here for 2.5 days.
Yeah, we just got here.
You know, and we've done so much. First of all, we're in the market, you know, and so we're raising so much money. We're having so many meetings. We're selling to so many territories. So, you know, we're selling at all. Like even that, we were like, if we sell to one, and actually, it turns out that, you know, the film industry, I always just want to get this across, and it keeps being reinforced, is so generous. People are so open-minded if you bring something that you actually believe in, you know, something that you actually put your heart out on the line for. You know, people are, like, they don't have to like our movie. They have nothing to gain from liking our movie except for the pure aspect that they're kind and they like it. And, you know, I guess it's good. You know, which we're lucky, but
they've all been so nice, which is just
crazy.
Not what you expect when you're going into it. You think it's going to be really closed off and it's going to be hard to break in, but everyone's just been really friendly here.
Yeah, and you know, also it's just amazing to see. You know, you have this idea of the film industry growing up that it's going to be a party and it's going to be amazing and it's going to have some of the greatest people you'll ever meet in your life, and then you work in the film industry and you're like, maybe that was not true. But then you come to Cannes and maybe it is. That's kind of like, this has been a dream come true. See, we're the same.
Yeah.
Finally, final question. Can we expect a specific release date for your film?
I'm going to say autumn of 2023. That seems to be what everyone's talking about. So yeah, the fall. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Micaela. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching filmfestivals.com.